Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Superfed TV Presents Rebel Action. I'm your host, Superfed TV, covering Divisions 1, 2, and 3. Joining me is my co-host, who actually was eager to get this one going this week. I'm excited. Rumbleby, how you doing?
I'm doing good. How about you?
Good, good. What made you so in the mood to recap this week?
Honestly, I want to go to bed, and I
Oh,
don't
okay.
want the entire community yelling at me again.
That's fair. That's fair. That's a good incentive. Maybe we'll let you sleep. How'd your week go with Blood Bowl?
Pretty good. Took a 1-0 victory over some lizards. They quad skulled at a very opportune time for me, which allowed me to surf a couple of Saurus and then potato my ball carrier away.
Nice.
It was a good time.
Dwarf potatoes on strength 4 carriers is pretty reliable. That's a good trade. Very good. Yeah, my week 5 game. I'll try to remember. It's hard because I played my week 6 game already. But week 5 was against High Elves. It did not go swimmingly. There were some snakes, and I got a little bit of development. But the biggest news though was Captain Stabbin did level and got piling on, so I officially had a Palmer, and that
That's good.
was one of the many goals I had for this team was to rush a Palmer. So see how that works out. I'll talk about my week 6 game next week, but yeah, I lost, and I as of week 5 was 0, 1, and 4. So yeah,
Well, that's good.
great start.
And it's no 3-0-2, but
No,
I mean,
no.
it's good.
I'm pretty sure we should not end up in the same division next week or next season unless I reroll, you reroll, or Metal continues to hate me. One of those
I
three
mean,
things.
I am bribing him. It's going to be me, you, and Hindi, and we're going to be in a Swiss. Just the three of
Just the
us,
three of us,
all season long.
over and
All
over and over
season
again.
long.
God. As long as he gets Claw, I guess, to punish you, I would be okay with it. All right, well, let's go ahead and jump into the actual recap stuff. So we will kick things off with Division 3. Week 5 results. Fell with Codadal, lost 0-2 to the Grungy Desserts. This was a big one, and it hurt as well. They lost one of their two throwers. That was over 76 SPP. And they lost... God, lineman? Oh, league manager here. It was something crucial. Or it was something sizable, I think. Maybe it was their kicker. I can't remember. Either way, though, the High Elves were not able to kind of pull off any of their usual shenanigans. They still completed 4 passes, but looks like foul appearance showed up a bit. Tentacles played a big part. In fact, they only succeeded 2 out of 7 tentacle rolls. That's not very good. The block numbers were actually almost dead even. So they tried to stick it out and fight the Nurgle at the Nurgle's, I don't know, playing to the Nurgle style and did not get rewarded for it. I'm still looking up really quick here what that other death was. But this is probably the team that you caster cursed. I think you picked them to go to the playoffs, and they are not in good spot for that playoff position. They at they lost a wrestler. Okay, so nothing too bad.
It looks like a dead wrestle lineman and a minus AV on their AG5 leaping sacker.
Oh yeah, their best piece in my opinion. The Agi 5 leap, wrestle, tackle, strip ball got armor busted. I'm sure you keep that, but
Oh, you absolutely keep it.
that does suck. You're getting closer and closer to. This team used to be all about AV8 elves. Like they didn't have any catchers at one point, and now they're becoming more and more like pro elves without nerves of steel. So, but they did level up the strength 5 guy. That's a big deal. That matters a lot. Getting strength 5 elf block should be good. Moving on to other games, we have the Pantheon Passers taking on the Please Don't Murder Me High Elves, and 1-4-2. Luke Sama not able to get the win yet. I feel like I saw part of this stream here, but there was an interception this game, so you got to feel good about that. Please Don't Murder Me getting the interception. And actually, Please Don't Murder Me outblocked the Pantheon Passers 45-27. So he is, taking the advice that we're giving him to make more blocks here, but just still isn't getting the results. And I don't know. The ones are a bit higher for Please Don't Murder Me, but yeah, just rough. Rough. Anyway, let's take a look at Mutants in Human Clothing versus Lebowski Urban Achievers. Sherdog said after this one, he's not looking to go to the postseason after this match, but he is looking for more development. And unfortunately, a armor bust on that Chaos Warrior that got the MVP is not the best kind of development. Spoony Bar, though, is looking pretty good. Getting outblocked, but it's doing a lot more damage. Playing the foul game, using his bench. Does have to replace a Goblin, I believe, after this match, but he's hanging in there quite well. And I think he's on pace to maybe make a repeat visit to the playoffs. Rebellious Scions versus The Secret of My Success. This is a huge upset. Rusty Seabutter had done no wrong, was on a major winning streak, and out of nowhere, the Rebellious Scions have bounced back. They started out 0-2, and now they are, on a bit of a winning streak, taking down the #1 team in the division. Big win for them. Not a whole lot of blocks for the Orcs, but the Dark Elves getting tons of removals. 5 removals against the AV9 team. Big deal. And a buttload of SPP for the Rebellious Galleons. You love it every time. Is that level in the Dark Elf as well? No. Finally, or not finally, I have a couple more games left. Common Consultant, finally. The finally is that Darkanon is getting a big win here. 2-0 over Cheese Tactics, Mark II. Turns out you can't hyper control against a Kimry team that is better at control than Orcs. And 46 blocks to 32. 4 removals to 2. Guess what? There were some takeaways, I think, from that one as well, but, whether you want to call it tilt or just making the riskiest plays at the wrong times. I think there was a couple lessons to be learned from that game. Farm animals versus not FDA approved. Chabsu draws the elves, and a little bit of a setback to what he's hoping to accomplish this season. I believe this was the first high elf he played this season, so he's got 2 more high elf matches to go. He inflicted 7 injuries, got 1 KO on 41 blocks. That is a ton of removals, but it still wasn't enough to get the win. I think this one was a pretty well played game, actually, from ATL to get the draw.
Is this the one that ATL dropped that bomb of a fireball?
I believe that's correct. Yes. Yeah, an atom bomb fireball. Scooby in the gang taking on Murderers Row and the Necro Mirror. And guess what? Scooby in the gang won. They did suffer 2 deaths for it, though. These were some big deaths as well. He paid a golem tax, and he lost.
Didn't he lose a Frank?
He lost his golem, and he also lost the AV7 Palmer Tackle White. So Scooby and the gang is now looking sleek.
Yeah, but look what else they got. Didn't he get an AG5 Wolf?
He has an AG5 Wolf.
Oh, he took it.
He did.
Oh, had a boy travel scabble.
Yes. So this is again proof that the golem tax is in fact a real thing and a blight upon the rebel. The
Look at that combo. Muttley 3 and Top Cat. They're going to be passing each other all day.
well, and you got Muttley Jr. at strength 4. I mean, he's got stat ups on some really great pieces, and yeah, 3 agi ups and 2 strength ups. That is the fast track to success in Rebel, especially on a Necker team. Travel Scrabble's a decent coach too, so
Yeah.
it's a pretty wicked combo. Oral Murders Row. I forget, was that the one that you picked or not?
I don't remember.
Yeah, you never do. All right, fair enough.
We're going to go with I picked Scooby and the gang.
Having drunkhead deja vu all over again. All right.
That doesn't sound like me.
No, not at all. All right,
Actually,
fair enough.
I think I did pick Murderers Row.
I think you did too. Fair enough. Well, let's take a look over at the leaderboard now that there's been a little bit of a shakeup. And in fact, Spoony Bard and Rusty Seabutter are now tied for first place. Chabsu and Stouticus resurging, both on their heels. And I think T-Self really is the last one to kind of round out the 3-win party. When we're talking about only 2 teams and 2 tickets for the playoffs, you know, anybody can still make it. I think maybe except for Luke Sama and Sherdog, but if you're sitting at 1 win, you are really, really, really close to being eliminated. I think you need to go on a hot streak. I think anything more than 3 losses is probably elimination. There's just not enough ties here. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. ATL showing that he was a former Div 2 coach and getting 3 ties. Anyone in Div 2 is just infected with ties. But yeah, I think your jinxing of Not for Science was good. I jinxed. Who did I jinx? I think actually I was picking on most of the people that were up top. Yeah, Stouticus, I mean, it's hard to gauge a Nurgle coach compared to, because it's so much about what the team has capable, or what they're capable of, and how much tackle they have. And Stouticus has picked up some tackle this recently. In fact, let's go ahead and look at his team and see. The 2 teams that have jumped back would be Stouticus's Grungy Desserts, which are the freshest team in this division. He got tackle on his Killer Warrior, tackle on his Guard Warrior, and he's always had the Wrestle Tackle Strip Wall Pestigore. So they were able to take out that Fell with Coated All team, and now that they've got that extra tackle, I think any elf playing them is going to have a bit of a hard time. I think 3 tackle is a really magical number against elves, just like 3 guard is a good number for bash matchups and against lizards. Yeah. T-Self says that you also jinxed Luke. So, good job. You've got the Capsicur's power this week, or this season.
That's right. T-Self knows what's up. I predict that he's going to beat Cheese this week, so...
Ooh. Nobody wins with that prediction.
Baby Swiss wins. Baby Swiss wins.
Great. I like this team. I like the movement up piece getting Frenzy. I think that's really helpful. Agi 4, Blodge, Sure Hands. That's the perfect Pestigore ball carrier. Armor Bust on your killers, okay. He's pretty conservative with this kill. He went, everybody knows all apple pies, but he's got block now instead of piling on. I assume we'll eventually see piling on there. Maybe after tackle.
It's not an armor bust. It's an agi bust.
Yeah. And he's got the fresh Nurgle Warrior as well that died earlier this season that he's going to try and eventually level up, I would hope. But all in all, pretty... You can't even say it's lean at 1890 TV. But he's got no bloat on his rotters, so it's just really well built. 10 factor. Overall record of the team is 18-7 11. So Staticus is a good coach. Everybody always talks about his legendary upset of Sage in season 5. I think season 5 playoffs. So who knows? Maybe great things ahead.
How was that? His elf team upset?
Yeah, his Wood Elves that upset Sage's Chaos in round 1
Yeah, that was a crazy game.
was. Let's see then. The other team we were going to talk about was the Rebellious Scallions, coached by a Velociraptor. He's got a Strength 4 Blitzer with Blodge Step. He's got a Jump Up Mighty Blow Tackle Blitzer. Got a couple Witches. One of them's Agi 5 with Wrestle and Tackle, and I really hope he gets Leap next. She gets Leap next, I should say.
Yeah.
And yeah, this has become a very lean Dark Elf team. Able to get in a lot of inducements compared to some of the other elves that are sitting, 2,000 plus TV. And they're able to capitalize on that.
Is that Blitzer miss next game, or did he take a nickel?
Let's take a peek. It is, in fact, miss next game. So he'll be back. He's fine.
You don't want too many nickels on one team.
Yeah, he does have 2 already. But you absolutely keep the niggled Agi 5 Witch.
Oh, yeah.
They'll probably die to a leap, too, once you level a leap. Like the very first leap they get.
That's not your team, man.
I don't know. There's plenty of teams that get leap and die. Just ask ArchXL. So yeah, that is it for the couple teams that we're going to take a look at. Let's go ahead and jump over to day 6 and see what matches are coming up. You already called one. You've got good old Pantheon Passers versus Cheese Tactics Mark II. You're taking the Pantheon Passers.
I'm going to take the Pantheon Passers.
I am going to say you're correct. I think I like Cheese's chances to go for the three-peat. Grungy Desserts and Farm Animals. Chaos versus Nurgle. This will be a fun one from 2 teams that are both currently tied for 3rd place. Which way do you swing in the Chaos or Nurgle?
I think Chaos is going to win, and it's going to be on a Chaos Warrior touchdown. That AG3 is going to do some stuff.
This match is currently happening right now, so if you are cheating and looking at their live results, I'll be disappointed in you. I will go with Grungy Desserts. I think regen will make the difference.
My potato can't run your stream and somebody else's stream.
Okay, that's fine. That's fair. Commune Consulting versus Scooby and the Gang. I will go out on a limb and say that Scooby and the Gang will miss their Frank and their removal white. And even though they have all these crazy cool stat ups, they're not going to know how to use them yet. Hopefully a conservative with that Agi 5 Wolf and Common Consulting will take the win.
Scooby and the Gang's going to win, but the Agi 5 Wolf's going to get busted somehow.
Ooh, that's a terrible prediction.
Skeleton Fall. Calling it now.
Sounds like wishful thinking. Rebellious Scions versus Murderers Row. Can the Dark Elves keep the dream alive?
Yes.
Okay. That's fair. I will take Murderers Row. I think he's got the most experience playing against elves after Div 3 last season and doing pretty well against them. So I'm hoping to see the Doc M turn it around against elves. Mutants in Human Clothing versus not FDA approved. Super Dragon, he's great, but I think Spoony Bard takes this one.
Yeah, there's enough.
I think Super Dragon will definitely kill a goblin or two and, get some casualties, but I just can't vote against Spoony Bard's what is it? Gumption? His spunk?
His moxie.
His moxie. That's exactly what it is. That Spoony Bard moxie. I'll take the day. Fell with Coda Doll versus The Secret of My Success. We have been saying all season long, Rusty's winning games, but wait till he plays elves. And by God, did he prove us right and make us look like we know what we're talking about last week against the Dark Elves. Now, this team isn't going to be getting a whole bunch of inducements and wizards, so maybe Rusty has a better chance here. They also don't have their Cage Diver for this match since they are armor bust and missing, but they now have Strength 5. And I don't know if either of them knows how to deal with that at this point in time. But which way do you swing on the Rusty Seabutter versus Elves? Case number 8.
I think Rusty's got enough guard to handle the strength 5, so I don't think he'll have to worry about it too much. And I think if he can start snowballing some early removals.
At this point, he's got the yips, and it's in his head that he can't beat elves.
He can't beat elves.
And honestly, I think that the Felwith Code all don't even have to cage dive. I think they just have to screen. And as long as they don't snake a bunch, their dice have been shit lately. Like, that's my one, but their dice have been terrible. As long as they don't snake and, have better dice than my Kislev, I think that they can just screen up and Rusty will, I don't know, fall, like just roll a bunch of pushes and not be able to get through the screen. That's my guess.
Oh, I'm pulling for you, Rusty. I want you to get through this elf gauntlet. You survived the Fighting Fours just to be taken down by a bunch of elves, man. Get it together.
It's poetic. Like I said, I think it's in his head at this point. He's just got the yips. Like he's like, I could blitz him, or I could just ask him nicely to move. Please Don't Murder Me versus Lebowski Urban Achievers. This is the match that these two teams have been waiting for all season. Neither one of them has gotten a win. So surely one of them must get a win here, and it won't end in a draw. Surely.
Yeah, that's how Blood Bowl works, right?
I guess, maybe. I hope.
Calling it now. A 0-0 tie.
Oh. Oh, I would not wish that on my worst enemy. Please don't murder me. Please win this game. That's my pick. Please don't murder. Against a murdering chaos team. So, it's meant to be. It's poetic. Those two teams, of course, going to be competing with Cheese for relegation at some point. Cheese get relegated. I don't know if I've said that enough this cast. I think that's it for Div 3, other than Cheese getting relegated. So let's go ahead and move on to Div 2, where Cheese can't get relegated from because he did that last season. I think I've beat that horse enough.
Yeah, by the way, Cheese, this is not how you rumble into the playoffs, buddy.
All right. Week 2. Eat, Pray, Shove. Final notice. If a match does not get played this week, we will have a bye for the rest of the season, which is fine because nobody else really had a match played against them either, so it's okay. Legland Blue takes on non-anime sports team, and what can only be called a shootout, but beyond the shootout, non-anime sports team delivered some spankings, and there was death all over the place in this elf matchup, including on the MVP lineman. But yeah, 2 dead wood elves, 1 dead high elf. Whole lot of casualties. The wood elves inflicted 4 casualties and a kill. 2 casualties and 2 kills inflicted by non-anime sports team. 50 blocks for the wood elves.
Whew.
Yeah, this was a game. Most of those blocks, though, I would assume are coming from the line of scrimmage because Arch scored 5 times. So if you consider 5 scores and at least one of those would be a kickoff return just from the start of the game, possibly 2. Yeah. That's like 7
blocks.
times 3. Yeah, that's an extra 20 blocks plus your blitz every turn. Another 16. So yeah, I wouldn't even say that Arch was like basing a lot. I just think that is a lot of kick line of scrimmage blocks. That's crazy. But yeah, good win for Arch there, and I think that was a bit of an upset. I think we both picked Legoland Blue to win that one. Or no, we did split it. I don't remember who did what though.
I probably picked Legoland Blue because I want Arch to stay in Div 2.
That's fair. Tooth and Fist versus Ace Trucking Company. This one, the Werewolves took on the Chorfs, and I believe you correctly predicted that the Werewolves would win this one. What happened to good old 8-Ball here? The legend. Oh, no. Just badly hurt. No big deal. 23 armor breaks on 65 blocks, but only 1 casualty on 23 armor breaks. That's got to chap your ass. Sorry, Quicks. That's...
I mean, at least he's getting the armor breaks, right?
No, that's not all right. That's not an at least. That's worse.
I can't even get the armor breaks.
It feels worse to get a whole bunch of stuns and no casualties because you're so close to actually getting SPP. I mean, that's like saying it's worse to not get the armor break than it is to just get, at least get the knockdown versus a push. Like, yeah, I mean, we can take this one all the way back to the top,
Does it feel as bad as 8 KOs against halflings?
That's pretty frustrating as well.
Yeah.
Either way, poor old Ace Trucking Company loses that one. And that was a bit of an upset too. I believe Ace was near the top of the board, so...
No,
he wasn't. No,
we started on Division 3.
Yep. I'm thinking of the other Chorf team. So we've got, moving on, Fear and Bloating losing to the Three Mountains. The Red Joker not quite able to take it to Chaos Abulu and his Electric Boogaloo. Dwarfs, like an armor bust? Or no, Agi bust on that Longbeard. No big deal. I know it bothers him every time he has an Agi busted Longbeard, but really no one cares. No one at all.
He cares.
He cares, but no one else does. Actually, only 22 blocks for the Nurgle team, so that's probably how they ended up losing this one. I would guess that they're maybe doing early ball action, and that's why they're struggling. Look at all those dodges. Holy crap. 20 dodges from the Nurgle team, and they succeeded 55 of them. Well, yeah, that's going to get in the way of you rolling block dice. Pickups 50%. I don't know. This one's ugly. This dice log is very ugly.
Yeah, why you gotta make that many dodges?
Right? They even attempted a pass. This is Nurgle trying to play like elves and not succeeding.
Just stand and fight, man.
Right? Roll your blocks. I don't care if there's a bunch of guard. Throw 1 dice. Got strength.
Oh, hey.
Yes, Bula says he pitch cleared him in the first half. Well, all right.
Well, all you gotta do is remember to protect your settlers then, Chaos Abulu, and you'll be right as rain.
Then we've got Your Lizard Airy losing to Nurgle FTDs. Sauce claims that he has broken the curse and that I am no longer able to jinx him. So I will continue to predict him to win every single week in order to prove whether or not the curse exists. Sukari, though, he gave up 51 blocks, and he got a lot of lizards knocked on their noggin. 10 KOs, 2 injuries, 24 armor breaks. Sukari with the expulsion. I don't know if he's trying to cause any waves around here, but that's a crazy lizard play right there. Don't see too many expulsions on lizards. Unless they're rocking the boat.
He's probably trying to protect his players.
Yeah. Don't know where I've seen that kind of play before. So, we've got the High Flyers versus TeamSpeak Crew version 4, and this was the upset. Again, a Necro team taking it to a Chorf team. And a very lopsided result again. 49 blocks to 37. 5 injuries inflicted, 2 KOs to the 3 injuries and 2 KOs for the Chorfs. But just all week long, the Nurgle beating down these Chorfs, showing them who's got claw, and Nabla stealing the MVP. Interesting. I wonder if he actually did anything useful. Doesn't look like it, though. Probably not.
Oh, yeah, probably not.
Chainsaws suck. I hate chainsaws. Except on my Goblin team, but that's another tale for another day.
Star players are a joke. Nobody should ever get them.
Unless you're a Goblin team, I would probably agree with you. Finally, a match that mattered so much to so few. We have the Dracwall Day Laborers versus the Lords of Decay. Khaleesi Maya. It's a big, big win at 4-1. And Dracwall Day Laborers went out seeking blood. Got 44 blocks. Most of which, again, are going to be coming off of line of scrimmage blocks. But 5 KOs, 4 injuries. I don't see... 3 expulsions. 3 expulsions for the humans. Wow. They really wanted to kill these rats. And they really sucked at it. Not getting a single death. Everyone knows, though, Khaleesi Maya Kevlar is the place to buy your armor. The exact opposite of the discount...
Armor Emporium.
Yeah, the Bargain Boozers Discount Armor Emporium. So, if you want your players to live forever, despite how many blocks you make them take, get in touch with Khaleesi. He will show you the way. Let's take a look at the leaderboard and see where we are at. That win does put Khaleesi Maya, in 9th place, so he's climbing up there. We've got ArchXL is in first place at 3-2-0, undefeated currently. Duberman 3-1-1, climbing his way back up to REL 1. Just that vicious cycle, rinse and repeat. REL 1, REL 2, REL 1, REL 2. Tooth and Fist, coached by Michaels. They are making their presence felt, getting that Necro representation. Chaos Abulu is looking to resurge, as you predicted, but albeit not in a playoff spot if it were to end today. Puckstop has taken a little bit of a dip after having a good run there. And the High Flyers have climbed up even with Puckstop with that win this week. High Lord Salt still in the picture, along with Fear and Bloating. And right behind them, Lords of Decay in the Gland Bleu. I just realized, and it's going to drive me insane from now on, Khaleesi Maya's team has a space in front of it.
Yeah. It's actually 2 spaces.
Triggered.
Because one of his other teams has it with 1 space.
Triggered. Wow. I look at spreadsheets all day, and that is annoying. Oh, man. Wow. That's crazy. Okay. I'm glad I didn't notice that before, but now that I know it, it is going to drive me nuts forever. That is a new thing that Khaleesi has done just to drive me nuts. Fair enough. All right. Let's go ahead and make our prediction. Oh, I guess we could take a look at a couple teams here. Who do we want to look at? I feel like we talked about your Necro enough in this division.
Well, let's look at Chaos Abulu's team.
Chaos Abulu and the Electric Boogaloo.
Yeah, get me some dwarf inspiration.
We still have not reached Legend on Hell's Gates. Oh man, this Hell's Gate, this runner, he wants everyone to love it. It is niggled. Still will not die. But he also has yet to get the legend on it. I'm pretty sure the whole purpose of this team coming back and not getting re-rolled for stunties was level this piece. Oh, he was MG last game, so obviously you can't make legend.
Yeah, Kix, we already talked about your legend.
Yeah, I did. We did. Didn't we say it was legend?
Yeah. I mean, we didn't throw any fanfare because neither of us like him.
And it's a chore.
But we did mention that he was a legend.
He's no boat lord of boats. And he's certainly no Quattro Quattro. So.
Yeah.
No one cares about Godfrey either. He doesn't even play in this league. Bella Kula got a level up that you have not selected. Assuming that it is not a double. it was a double, I think it should be dodge. Assuming that it is not a double. Oh, we have a hot tip. Something else. Yeah, I don't know. Assuming it's not a double, it's probably Dauntless. I think would be a wise choice, maybe, or
Yeah, Dauntless would be good.
right, or maybe Leader, and just trim 10, 30K off your team value. I don't know. Just thought.
Do runners get
Frenzy?
passing accents?
Yes, they do. They're weird. They have general and passing only.
Ugh.
They're weird. Frenzy is an interesting thought, though, Ornan. But I like Dauntless for that. For your ball sacker, just in case you're trying to go after like a bull centaur carrier. And more Dauntless isn't that bad with the amount of Kimry that are floating around here with strength 6 players.
Yeah. His Slayers are looking nice, though.
Look at this, just clean, organized line. Guard, mighty blow, stand firm. Guard, or grab, stand firm. He's got a diving tackle. That's new-ish. I don't feel like I've seen that.
Mm-mm.
And he finally got rid of that blodge blitzer that you busted.
Oh, yeah. I remember that.
To be frank, his troll slayers are due for
Cycling.
a trimming of some sort. Yeah.
Yeah, Cinder's up there.
I mean, it's a 2K team, and he doesn't have a death roller, so he's pretty well developed.
Oh, the blitzer rolled a double. You skipped dodge. What? Come on, man.
Eh.
I hope my runner rolls a double on his next 2 levels up.
Chaos
dodge and
Abu
break
used to
tackle.
impress me with his 2 turns with dwarfs. He used to that was what brought him up to the top division so quickly, was that he could consistently 2-turn with them, because everyone would just stop stalling on turn 7 because he was so big and scary and had all that mighty blow basing them. And then he would just flip that around. This is not a team that really looks to impress me with its 2-turning. Yes, it can do the 1-turn, which he almost got against me, which would have been really tilting. But the 2-turn, I just don't see it as much as it used to be able to do. So that's the only reason I would have taken the dodge there.
Yeah. Ornan, I like to turn one of my blitzers into a Palmer because of the AG3 and the chance for jump up. But the other one I usually use as like a mobile guard piece, so I can move them around where I need them a little bit better than...
Yeah, they're definitely best used as mobile guard, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I've seen the jump up argument so many times for a palm blitzer. I think it also matters about the development of your team. Your troll slayers are going to be doing the heavy lifting of blitzing more often than not anyway, so I don't know that you need to necessarily share the load with blitzers as well. All right, well, that's enough about dwarfs, because who cares about dwarfs?
I care about dwarves.
Yeah, I'm sure. I already know you want to build the next 3 mountains, and how much you look up to Chaos Abulu and want to be like him. You've got a poster of his team on your wall that you talk to at night.
Let's not say things we can't take back, Fed.
The same is said about me about Crusaders team all the time.
Yeah, but that's because that's funny and true.
He doesn't have stand firm. I'm not going to go on that rant again. 0 stand firm Kislev is not my Kislev. All right. Next week's predictions. Eat, Pray, Shove. If they show up and play their game, the Gland Blue should take it. However, this is a well-rested team, and those vampires have been saving those dice. Anybody's game. God. I'm not even going to ask you. Tooth and Fist versus Live Tree or Die Hard. Where do you land on the Necro versus Wood Elf?
I'm going to give it to the Necro. In my experience,
Duberman. Of course you are.
Duberman fumbles against Necro. I've played him twice and I've beaten him both times. Let's face it,
That is a big
I'm not
statement.
great.
That is a big statement. I think it's the movement on the werewolves that probably catches him off guard.
Yeah.
Uh, I'm just gonna hope that he has learned from his many, many mistakes in playing you, and not not going to do it again. Because he's been pretty consistently doing well this season. There is always that turning point where he starts not doing well, but this is Div 2, not Div 1, so he's got to get this one. Fear and Bloating versus Not Anime Sports Team. How does the Duke do against Nurgle?
I think Arch has used all his touchdowns for the next couple of games. I'm giving it to the Nurgle.
Okay. I would say that he has not done the best against Nurgle in the past, and I will side with you on that one. This is no wedge Nurgle, but this is still enough Nurgle to slow down the anime sports team.
I'm sad that Wedge re-rolled.
I'm sad. I have to play him. I already played him once, and I'm sure I'm going to get him in the Swiss. I almost guarantee you my Swiss is going to be Raven Pose Dwarves and Wedge's Dwarves. And then Yayo's Nurgle. Doesn't that just sound fun and interactive? High
Yes.
Flyers versus Three Mountains.
Fivers. High fivers.
High Fivers?
Yeah.
I say High Flyers.
Yeah, the team's name is High Fivers.
So we've got the Rebellious Scallions in the High Flyers. Well, I already know what you think. On this, I'm gonna have to agree with you as well. Double claw palm werewolves sounds like the stuff that Chaos Abulu goes tonight with nightmares about.
Yeah, Necro is a good matchup for dwarves. Like they'll get shredded. And I know from experience what happens with Chaos Abulu and one palm werewolf. So I can only imagine what'll happen if you got two palm werewolves to worry about.
Yeah. Sukari versus Ace Trucking Company.
0-0 tie.
Really? And what makes you say that? Well, how do you see this game arriving at that state?
Well, hopefully it's because they both kill each other.
But usually one of them still scores.
Maybe. I just want it to be a 0-0 tie.
You just see no winners is what you see. No winners.
Yeah.
Only losers.
If -1 to -1 was a possibility kicks, then yeah, I would call that out.
I'm gonna go with the Ace Trucking Company. They've got claw. Lizards don't.
Yeah, they got claw. If you can Kaz one of the Sauruses early and make it stick, Sargi will he'll tilt and you'll be able to steamroll the game.
See, yeah, maybe. I don't know. I don't know if it's tilt. I just think it's really hard to play lizards when you're down Saurus. Like, it's just the way they're designed. If you start losing Saurus, it's very hard. Yeah, claw means KOs, exactly. KOs are all you need against lizards. As soon as you get two Saurus down, not a lot they can do.
Shit, really all you need is just stuns.
Yep.
If you can just stun one or two Saurus, you can just block or screen off the rest of them and not let them back in. Especially Tusarkis. His are pretty low because he keeps losing them.
President of the Lizard Removal Society, Hipster, would have you know that they are movement 6 Saurus, so even stunning them doesn't actually take them out of the play. It just gives you a little bit of breathing room. But that's, president of the Anti-Lizard Coalition Council and chairman of the Please Nerf Lizards and Tackle at the same time board.
Oh, that's Spoonie?
No, that's Hipster.
Oh, Hipster. Where's Hipster saying that?
Hipster's always been saying that. Do you me?
No.
Go to REL chat in the last year and search Hipster, and you will find so many different posts about lizards being OP. All right, let's go on. Oh, go ahead. What?
I know Spoonie hates lizards.
Well, a lot of people hate lizards, but but the
Yeah.
worst and most vocal that I've seen is Dreckle Day Labors versus Nurgle FTDs. I gotta go with the curse, and Sauce is gonna win this one clear as day.
Yeah. 3-0. Easy.
I'm sure you enjoy playing lizards, Cornyn, both as and against.
Yeah, that's because you get a million strength ups on your team, man. You don't have to worry about all that strength for.
My orcs especially enjoy playing against. It's a good time. Skinks are like free SPP. Finally, Lords of Decay versus the TeamSpeak Crew version 4.
I think Khaleesi's run stops here.
Do you? He,
Yeah.
I believe, said something this week about, not losing another game all season long. So, you know what
Yeah.
happens, pride before fall.
Yeah,
And
maybe.
I think
Nuffle,
it
Nuffle likes
will.
Moxie.
There you go with the Moxie again. Can't spread Moxie everywhere. Khaleesi is starting to believe that his rats are in fact invulnerable, and that is exactly when they lose their invulnerability. So to me now, it's only become a matter of time, and I worry that it'll happen so rapidly, just game after game after game after game, dead.
Built up rat death.
It'll go from 2,300 rats to 1,300 rats to 900 rats. And then that's the last we ever saw of Khaleesi Maya. Just gone.
Yeah, you know what? We didn't. Are we going to look at teams? If we look at teams, we should look at Khaleesi's.
Didn't we just look at a team? We looked at Chaos Sabulu's team.
Yeah, let's look at Khaleesi's team.
You're making Sace wait. How dare you?
Yeah. Well, there's something important that happened on Khaleesi's team this week.
Nothing important happening on Khaleesi's team this week. What happened on his team this week?
His vermin got legend. Mickey Mouse is a legend.
That's not his. He bought that.
He bought it, but then he got it to legend.
Who cares? He bought it. He gave it pro. He didn't even give it, well, no, pro's fine there.
Yeah, he didn't roll doubles for Claw.
He might have gone Dauntless, but yeah.
It was, him and I were talking about it. It was between pro and Dauntless. I told him to go pro.
I was going to say maybe Jugs, but no, he's already got it. And he's got Grab.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with pro there.
Pro is the best legend level.
Possession is 9 pits of ownership. To me, it is a lot less of a big deal if you get a player that is already level 7 or 6 and you take them to level 7. I will not throw out the ticker tape parade. But sure, congrats. I'm more annoyed in just seeing this movement 10 sprint, sure feet catch, lodge, gutter runner. Don't have that on my team. Don't have anything close to that on my team. Pretty annoying.
I've got 4 guard players on my team. That's about it.
I want that piece to die.
Kicks, stop trying to make 8-ball happen, man. It's not gonna happen.
I also don't want Agi5 to be on a Storm Vermin, so that would also be something that's worthy of killing. Yeah. All right. Why'd you make me look at that team? All right, we are done with Div 2. Let's go ahead and move on to Div 1, where games are played. Grody Green's got the 2-0 win over the Booze Crews. Motley got his hoop pushed in a little bit, but he did outblock him with 62 blocks. Only got 4 KOs for it, though. The removals just really were not happening against these Grody Greens. They got a couple casualties on Dwarves, so big win, 2-0. Putting Laz back on track after a couple weeks being off pace. Necronomics versus Gloom and Zoom and the Necromere that happened late this week. And, oof, that was a game. For those of you that did not see it, you can catch it on Fiction's channel. Fiction in the channel now. How you doing, Fiction? Woof, man. Fiction Magic Dice were less of a factor in this one, in the sense that, sure, he rolled good, as he does. The counter was probably more the factor in that the Necronomics couldn't pick up the ball to save their life. Snakes and snakes and snakes. Snakes. It was like watching a superfed TV Islev match. Necronomics were the pickups. 3 out of 5 successes. The very first pickups in the game were ones. So it allowed the defensive touchdown for Gloom and Zoom, and from there he just kind of slowly manhandled his way into a win. And guess what happened, Rumblebee, at the end of this game? What do you think happened to Gloom and Zoom?
Let me guess.
What's the
another
one
strength 4 wolf?
Yeah, what's the one thing that the Gloom and Zoom just can't live without?
That's what? You're here, Fiction. How many is that for you now? That's 5, isn't it? 5 strength 4 wolves over the course of this team? Apparently the stream died.
That's still fine. Chaos and Bulu died.
3. Don't lie to me.
It is not 3. It is way
It's
more than
5.
3. It's definitely 4. It's at least 4.
You had 2 to start, and then 1 died, and then you retired 1.
This is a new naming scheme. What is this? Flash Terror? That's not a name I'm familiar with. How could you do that to... What is it? Something in Foreboding, right? Quicker.
Longing.
It was quicker.
Quickerer.
It was quick and Foreboding, and then it was quicker and Forebodinger, and now we're not gonna get Bodinger. How could you do that to the Bodinger family? Like, I can't even say it. How could you do that to the Bodinger family? Not accepting the Bodinger.
This has got to be 5.
I'm pretty sure it's 4.
So someone pull up rebel.net.
Well, it won't go back that far. It won't go back that far.
1 died, 1 retired. Speedo is original, and Quicker ran out of room for letters.
All right.
Oh,
whatever.
All right, that's fair.
Whatever.
Well, I can't wait till this one dies, and you get another strength 4 wolf, and it's Flasher Terror.
God damn it. That Navy scheme. Anyway, all right. Enough of that crap. Back to the results. God damn, though. He's got another pair of strength 4 wolves. Just the worst. If there was a way to hack the dice, I think we all agree Fiction has found it. Animal Farm has the 2-0 win pleasure over New Year Norse and the, quote, slobber knocker.
That's just a fun word.
Ornan loves it. Ornan absolutely loves it. He can fill your shoes anytime, Rumblebee. God, a lot of blocks back and forth. It was a fun, interesting game. I will say that much. Fun and interesting game, but eventually, Dace's mighty blow just got the win. It was a great slobber knocker, indeed. Rats off to you versus Iron Madden. Gengar got the win. Here's the fun fact. What's the lowest amount of blocks you've ever seen in a game?
Like 15?
Well, guess what? Golgothan found a way to do less. I'm pretty sure I have never seen a single-digit block dice.
How is that even... Well, I was going to say, how is that even possible? But it's because...
It's a lack of action.
Strength.
Right?
That's what Golg does against teams that he's afraid will murder him. He just positions on the end line.
What if 3 of the 9 blocks were 1 dice? One of them was a 1 and 9. So technically, his block dice were pretty fair because in 9 block dice, he had 1, 1, and 9. Just, oh, what a game. What a game. Oh, man. I agree, Ornan. Boo this man indeed. Boo. Boo. That is less than 1 blitz a turn.
Well, it's hard to blitz when your guys are 9 squares away from everybody.
It's just... Anyway, it's a different way to play. That's what we get in Rebel. All the different ways to play. On one end, we have Gengar, and on the other end, we have Golgothan. And we saw which one was better. Pastry Pest versus Eat Man Things. Ninja Pirate Assassin. RKO out of nowhere. Takes down the Pastry Pest. And a message across the REL and Div 1. NPA is not going to stand for bye weeks and REL 1. You lazy REL 1 coaches thinking that you could just have a bye week where you could recover, get a free win and a bunch of cash. Not going to take that. Not going to let that stand. NPA is going to take a playoff spot. Calling it right now.
Yeah, we called it last week.
I know.
NPA came in at a good spot.
1, 2, 1. It was an average spot.
It was a good spot.
It was an average spot. He would. Motley's the 1, 2, and 2. I mean, basically the difference is Motley lost this week and he won it. Otherwise, Motley'd be in that same spot. And Stubings was right there too. He was at 1, 2, and 1, but now he's at 1, 3, and 1. I need to finish this out. Trio of Flatulence tried to win, and actually they played for the draw. Who am I kidding? They drew Tribu Urbana. And his quest to avoid getting relegated, he drew the guy that's most likely to get relegated. So he's still on pace to get relegated. Sorry, Stubings. But you did yourself no favors this week.
They're both getting relegated.
Yeah. Say says that MPA is unbreakable, and he would rather play Tilting Lizards. I'm sure you would, because MPA is going to take your spot.
By 1 point.
It could be more.
As is tradition.
Well, tradition is fiction sneaking in there and taking it if he's not winning the whole thing. So we'll see. We'll see. Pro in a Party versus Oil Miners in the 1-1 draw. You know, Soul may not be able to win a single game this season, but certainly can get broken by a lot of different teams in a lot of different ways. 16 removals for the Oil Miners. They didn't have 16 players on the pitch, but they sure came back for more. With these 9 KOs, just cycling them back onto the pitch. Oh, God. All right, well, that does that. Let's take a look at the leaderboard and see all this smack talk and chat in action. Gengar, top of the ladder, with Lumi and Horny Cricket both dropping their first game of the season. Are you guys going to take that? The king of REL 1 is Gengar? King!
Don't call him that.
The king!
Don't call him that, man.
He's in first place. Oh. King! Alright. Fiction. Also, the king! At 3-1-1 with his strength ups. Turns out strength ups win games. Who would have thought? Who would have thought that strength ups are the key to winning in Blood Bowl? This is scary. Sace also 3-1-1. Horny Cricket 3-1-1. Lumi 3-1-1. Laz 3-0-2. NPA sneaking up the backside at 2-2-1. Soul not gonna win any games this season. Gotta play elves in row 1.
What was the win condition?
There was a quote
to get him to.
He gave me a quote. This God, Should have saved it.
I'll look for it real quick.
Yes, where's my quote for this week's episode?
Was it in the shit talk channel or?
Was it's like, I'm not gonna break any armor or something like that. Oh no, maybe I could win if I don't snake any dice. Something like that. I can't remember. See if you can find it while I move on. It was like a couple days ago.
Let's see. There's him complaining about fantasy football advice from Dire Sickfish.
You're gonna have to go through a lot of soul complaints. Anyway, that's why I don't want to search through it all. so many soul complaints. Too little time. Let's take a look at a couple teams. We took a look at MPA last week. We're not going to look at that again. Get mad, tilted, upset with the number of stupid Agi 5 gutter runners. And we looked at Fiction's team to show off his brand new strength up. Can't leave home without one. Who have we not looked at or discussed and or poked with a stick? Let's look at the Grow to Greens. We already looked at one Necro team or Nurgle team today. What is it that makes Grow to Greens so darn repugnant? Oh, Six found the quote.
Oh, good.
I'll take care of all the snakes. He'll only roll them on AV breaks. Lol. I can't do it. It doesn't have the right cadence for a soul line. Anyway, the Grow to Greens, they have a Strength 6 block Beast of Nurgle. Great for all your elf events. You've got 3 Nurgle warriors that are somewhat developed at Block Guard, and Block Mighty Blow. Then you've got a Sure Hands ball carrier with 2 heads and extra arms. Not quite Agi 4, but basically in all the ways that matter. And a killer with 2 heads, which is actually kind of useful and unique. You don't see that every day. Typically, I think you'd see a palm before you'd see a 2 heads Pesticore. I have squeaking in the background. I can't do anything about it. He wants attention. It's like Soul is in my house right now. And allegations of abuse in the chat. I love it. We have a Wrestle Tackle Pestigore. And, yeah. Another killer. So, this is quite a guard-heavy Nurgle team with 4 guard. Just the bare minimum of tackle, but enough to get the job done. I would say a fair bit of claw as well, but 2100 TV. I would kind of expect there to be more warrior development, being honest. He has a deep bench, too. Deep bench.
Yeah, rocking the 5 rotters is a little rough.
Yeah. Good rodder, though. I mean, you gotta love the guard block one. I think he might cycle the kick one. He's about to level. Yeah. Alright. Well, that's the Grow to Greens. Any other teams you want to look at really quick, Rusty? Or not Rusty. Rumble, before we go?
No.
Alright. Let's go ahead and take a look at the predictions for the next week. We've got the Necronomics versus the Grow to Greens. I got to back HC for this one.
Yeah, Cricket's gonna come back with a vengeance.
And HC,
try to make up some of that. Yeah, try to make up some of that TD diff.
Yeah. Buddhist Cruise versus the Animal Farm. Sace loves his dwarfs. I think this is a good one for him.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it to Sace.
Motley has, I think, beat him in the past, but I think Sace is fine condition to handle this one. Gloom and Zoom versus Rats Off to You. Where do you land?
Fiction's gonna win it.
Yeah. I don't know. I think Golgothan can sometimes pull an ace out of his hat, but Fiction magic is strong. New Year Norse versus the Pastry Pests. This is not a slobber knocker. This is a how random can you break the Pastry Pests? As Stace likes to say, if you play the logical way, the Pastry Pest will beat you every time. And no one has ever accused Ornan of playing the logical way. So this could be the big upset of the week. Where do you think this one ends?
I think it'll be a fun match to watch.
Yeah.
No, I'm gonna give it to Lumi.
Okay.
I think Ornan's gonna pull shenanigans.
I was trying to sell you on it, but yes, I think this is not Ornan's season. I think he's committed to the meme play, and Bomber versus Choco Chipmunk. I'll take Choco Chipmunk. Thank you very much. I think Choco will be able to catch the bomb and throw it right back at you.
If you do kill Choco with the bomb, though, 1,000 thanks.
Oh, I thought you were gonna make a bounty, but fine.
No.
Okay.
I'm going on vacation. I need all my bounty money.
Fair enough. Iron Man versus Tribu Urbana. Gengar versus Soul. Or no, this is Hipster. Gengar versus Hipster. Can Hipster dance around the Tomb Guardians with his Pro Elves?
I mean, historically, Gengar has struggled against quick elf teams, so I think it's just going to matter about if Gengar can get a couple of removals early and just overwhelm the elves.
Where's it going to land? I need a yes or no, yay or nay. King of REL or heel of REL?
I'm going to go with the Warrior Wasp. Gengar's going to take it.
I'm going to go out on a limb and say that Hipster will half screen and still lose. But I want him to win. In my heart of hearts, I want Hipster to win. Come on, Hipster. Don't break my heart. Eating Man Things versus Pro in a Party. Soul's got to be all kinds of tilted about this one. How can you beat this rat team?
You can't.
Ask the audience.
Especially not when you snake all your
phone a friend.
Passes. No, NPA's taking it. Hands down.
They'll take his 50-50 now. And I don't think I have any other Who Wants to Be a Millionaire references. So we'll move on. I do actually like NPA to win this one. Straight Up Flatulence versus Oil Miners. Can the Death Roller stump the Stuber?
Oh. No. I'm giving it to Stubings. I think Pig Sofa's still reeling from losing his Strength 5 runner.
This happened last season. I want to see what happened last season when they played. That was always the best way to predict. 1-1 draw.
Oh, no drawing this time. Stubing's taking it.
Alright, I got Pig Sofa. Pig Sofa's going to do it. It's going to be Stubing's a Stuber Goober move where he slips up. Alright, that is it for Div 1. I think that is it for this recap. Any final words, Rumblebee?
No. I look forward to seeing all the results from this week.
Okay, that's fair. That's fine. Thank you everybody for watching. This is
Is that so, Stubings?
Oh, Stubing's calling out that the Strength 5 runner was the only reason with his potatoes that he was able to get the 1-1 draw.
Strength up runners are like cheating.
And all the Div 3 games are getting played tonight. Well, that's good. I'm glad I was able to get the recap out before you guys all played. Very generous of you to at least let me get that done. Unlike previous seasons.
It's Wednesday, guys. Come on. Technically, we're not even supposed to roll for another 4 hours.
Fair enough. All right. That's going to do it for me. Thanks, everybody, for watching. We'll probably have another Goblin game this week. Maybe 2. For those of you that enjoy watching my suffering. And until next time, I will catch you guys later. Thanks for joining me, Rumblebee. And even better, thank you for being on time.
I was early.
I know. Beat me home. All right. See you guys.